Okay, recording started for the Special Project Standing Building Committee special meeting, Thursday, June 4th, 5:15. Chairman Rich Special will be coming on the phone any minute with Al Kelly, Rodney Van Dusen, Len Amato, Sal Morbido, and Gerald Foley.
Thank you for the introduction, Jennifer.
Thank you. You're welcome.
What is your name, young lady?
Jennifer Carpenter, recording secretary.
Oh, thanks.
Well, we have to say this because all meetings have to be recorded, and we have to put the link to the audio recording on all minutes per the governor's executive order. Now that the public can't, attend meetings physically, but no one ever comes to our meetings besides, the same people. So it's good. Rich, are you on? Should have been on by now. Okay.
He might be muted.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Weird.
Hello.
Hi,
Yes.
Rich. Hey.
Oh, finally. I'm so
it.
embarrassed.
No.
I apologize to all.
Hey, we never know what day it is. Don't worry.
All right. I don't have an agenda or anything in front of me because I had to go where I could go.
Right.
So,
well, you want to call the meeting to order?
yeah, of course, call the meeting to order. And as I don't expect that there's anything on the agenda other than to discuss the bid about the Osborne School roofing contractor. So I guess the person to best explain what transpired would be our purchasing agent, if he's there.
Yes, I'm here, Rich.
Okay, Gerald, you're there. I'm on time, probably, unlike me. So
no, that's
if you could...
okay. So this is Gerald Foley. Now I'll give everyone a brief overview. Last Friday, it was May 9th, the town received 6 bid submissions. This was in response to bid solicitation for a roof replacement at Osborne Hill Elementary School. In reviewing the bids, we determined that it was 3 apparent low bidders. First bidder was a company called Young Developers, Hamden, Connecticut. The second apparent low bidder was a company called Commercial Roofing and Contracting. And the third apparent low bidder was a company called Imperial Roofing from Cromwell, Connecticut. Due to the timing of this project, we thought it would be best that what we do is take a look at these 3 low bidders and basically fully vet their bid submissions and then report back to the committee in terms of our findings. So what we did is my office, and Lee Flaherty in my office was kind of lead on this. She helped me go through, and what we did is we contacted the references of all 3 companies, and we went through them basically to kind of get a feedback in terms of their performance, how well they worked with the owners, were they meeting the deadlines that were set? Were there any overruns? Anyway, so we went through a series of items. So in our determination of all that, we had the company that, again, was the apparent low bidder, was this company called Young Developers. And we got some positive feedback. However, during our calls with various different people, it was our determination that it appeared that they weren't always meeting their schedules, so they had the issue with the scheduling. There was, during different calls, we were able to kind of delve back that there may be some financial issues associated with them. Anyway, and then the third item, and this is probably the most detrimental, is when we were reviewing their bids, what we did is the architect, project architect, gentleman's name is Tom Hibbard. When he set up the bid, he set up what we refer to as an allowance. So there was an allowance in the bid for raising the gas line. And we asked all of the companies to basically include a figure within their bid that made an allowance for that gas line. So when we reviewed all of the bidders, but again, we're focusing on the three bidders, the company Young Developers had a relatively low number associated with that allowance. And it was our determination, in conjunction with the project architect, that the allowance that they had was not sufficient to cover all the costs associated with this particular component of the project. Our determination was that we thought it would probably just cover the mobilization, purging, and maybe recharging of the line. But then what it did is it ended up giving a huge exposure to the town. So in an effort to equalize the bids, we said, okay, what if we took that number out of everyone's bid and then kind of made a determination on who in fact would be the low bidder? When we did that, the company Commercial Roofing and Contracting, they became our apparent low bidder, followed by Young and then Imperial. So in our due diligence, we followed up with Commercial Roofing, which we got much more positive results in terms of the reference checking. They were very good to work with. They were always on. They appeared to be, at least all the references we spoke to, they were performing on time, performing within budget. They were actually very good to work for. And when you look at it, the differential between that company, the company Commercial Roofing, and Young Developers, we're about a $3,000 delta. So based on all of that, it was our determination. This came basically from the architect that he would recommend the company Commercial Roofing and Contracting, and I'm in agreement with his recommendation, and I think it's they're the right contractor for this job for this particular summer.
So the project architect is recommending them.
Yes, the project architect. So what we did is we did this as a collaborative effort. So what we did is we started last Friday afternoon, and we've been having conference calls. I think we were doing them once or twice a day. So we had the project architect, Tom Hibbard. We had Sal Morbido, and then myself, and then Lee Flaherty in my office. And we were calling on average twice a day, going through the submissions and kind of bantering back and forth in terms of additional steps. So what the documents that I've given you, and I apologize they were so late, you should have in your pile, there should be an award recommendation letter from Hibbard and Rosa. There should be another document basically that gives you the bid results. And then there's three other documents were basically copies of all the company's submissions. And I gave you those just in case there was something that you wanted to look at or be provided with additional information on. But the two primary pieces that you're looking at, you can look at the award recommendation letter from Tom Hibbard, and then look at the bid result information. And I'll be happy to go through it as you guys have questions on it. And then Sal can chime in if he has any other items that he wants to bring you guys up to speed on.
Okay. Well, this is open to the committee, and anybody that wants to pipe up or talk about anything that they see, go right ahead.
Yeah, this is Rod Van Dusen. I commend the architects. These the overall bids are really tight. So that's they must have had a tight set of drawings. on commercial roofing, I do have a question on their unit costs, and I don't know if this is a typo on when this was transcribed.
Yeah. So, right. So there's.
But the repair. Would you let me finish?
Hello.
The repair patch metal roof deck is $800 per
Yes.
square foot.
Right. So in our due diligence with them, we asked them to validate, and they said that was a typo. That they've confirmed that it's $8 a square foot.
Okay. All right. That's the only question I have, and
good catch.
And based on Hibbard's recommendation, I recommend we move forward with commercial roofing unless somebody else has something else.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Any further discussion?
Yes. Are we going to have any problems with young developers because we're not picking the low bid?
I don't anticipate any because we can validate and get back to them why we're not selecting them. And it's the items, the 3 items that I mentioned to you, we'll be communicating to them. They're probably not going to be happy, but it's within our right to pick the company that's in the best interest of the town. And again, based on the architect's recommendation, I said I'm recommending it on behalf of the purchasing authority. We can hear from Sal, his comment on it. But we think, like I said, we think this is the right contractor for this particular project. Maybe if we had, it would be different time, different set of circumstances. But we think that this contractor, based on all the information that's in front of us, we think that this is the right choice to make for this particular project.
And this is Sal. I can jump in just really quick on that. I do agree with Rodney that we have a nice grouping of numbers here. The odd number was that allowance, that there was a discrepancy from one vendor to another, that deducting that from the base bid, which included that allowance, is probably the best way to compare these bids apples to apples, is to take out that variable factor. And when you do that, commercial is the low bid. So, I mean, we can state that's our basis for determining the low bid. We can also tell Young that we were not comfortable with their low allowance on the gas line. It did not pass the sniff test. And we did get some negative feedback from vendors that we can trust that they have problem maintaining a schedule. So, those 3 things together, I think, are a good explanation if there's any type of pushback from young developers on not being selected.
I think that passing the sniff test really locks it down on a gas line.
This is Rod again. I have 2 questions. Has the town done business with commercial roofing in the past?
Yes.
All right. And the second question is in our solicitation, we generally say lowest qualified bid, correct?
Correct.
Okay, that solves it.
Any additional comments? I'd just make one myself. You have dealt with them before when you were with the other town in Norwalk, right, Gerald?
Yes.
And what was your experience?
We had a good experience with them.
Okay. Well, I would just add that as additional information then.
Yeah, we had very positive results. It was consistently positive with commercial roofing and contracting. Whereas with Young, we had mixed results. We had some people that were really happy with them, and then we had probably, I think we got a hold of, I was either 6 or 8 of them, and it was almost, I wouldn't say quite 50-50, but pretty close to that had some reservations with them. There was also concerns in terms of the change orders, and so that going back to that allowance issue, there's an exposure on the town side that if that allowance, if we had to, because the way it's set up is based on certain parameters of the moving of those gas lines. So if by some chance there was a change order, kind of to Sal's point, that the allowance that they had in there wasn't going to be enough to cover it. So the thought would be it would be confrontational for them to come back and ask for more money for the town. Okay. So again, to equalize it, we thought, again, take the number out of the equation, and then when we did our vetting, all the other numbers appear to be right in line. Well, actually, on the high end, the company United Roofing and Sheet Metal, they also had a real low number on theirs, but they weren't in our, like low-level review of the parent low bidders. But the point being is we just, like I said, we just weren't comfortable with that number.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do we have anything further anybody needs to say? If not, I'm going to make a recommendation.
We're in the middle of that. We're already in the middle of that. It was motion was second.
We got the motion.
We have a motion. All right. All in favor? Aye.
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 Is that everybody? I can't tell.
That's everybody.
Yep, that's everybody.
Okay, motion's carried. That's it. Make a motion to close the meeting.
If I can, Al,
Sure.
Rich, really quick. There was an alternate, and we can return back to this at a later date. Once the roof is replaced, the district would end up, or the town would end up, more than likely doing a PV solar project on that completed roof.
Oh, that's down the road. Okay. Yep.
And there is an alternate for taking as you look at the matrix, taking the warranty from the 20-year, which is required by statute and all that good stuff.
To 25.
To 25 years.
Yeah.
The district would be in favor of that, but there is a wide range of numbers there. There's no need to go over that tonight. We got plenty of time to talk about that or ask questions. I just wanted to point that out, that it's something that maybe next month meeting we can talk about it.
Okay.
All right?
Sal, that number should be negotiable, right?
Yeah. You know what? We when we talked to commercial, we clarified that they had that odd typo. We clarified that we weren't happy with their unit cost on the gas pipe. They came back and they corrected that. So I think that we might be able to negotiate that number down. That's why I said let's just put that on the back burner for now. But it is something that we as a district and a town would be interested in.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I think we have adjourned already, so we'll let everybody.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, I'll make a motion to it.
And I seconded it.
Oh, okay, there you go. I'll make sure we notify everybody if there's a need for an end-of-month meeting. This was a special meeting, as you're probably well aware. A very light special meeting. I apologize. Sorry.
Oh, we like it like that.
and we appreciate you taking the time for that. And then the next step for this is the contract goes to town attorney for review and goes to the Board of Selectmen on drum roll. Either Jen or Gerald can tell me, is it the 15th or the 22nd?
15th.
All right. Goes Monday the 15th to the Board of Selectmen for approval. So we're almost to the finish line.
Yeah, okay. So most likely we will be having an end-of-month meeting to approve it. Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you again.
All right.
You know what? Sorry, for process, can you just move and second to adjourn the meeting again?
Yeah.
Rich made a motion. I'll make your motion to adjourn, Rich.
Okay, I'll second it.
All in
Perfect.
favor? Aye. Done.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right.
I'll agree.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you, Rich.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Al.
Thank you, Rich.
Thank you,
Happy
Rodney.
birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, but that's
Thank
it.
you.
Anniversary.
Everybody-
It's
There,
Yeah.
the anniversary.
Happy
Happy
anniversary.
anniversary to whoever. Yes.
Yeah, over 50 years. No wonder I forgot.
Wow.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary. Good for you. Good for you.
All right.
Bye,
All right,
everybody.
take
Stay
care.
well.
Bye.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care,
Be
Jen.
safe. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Good night, John. Hello?